The largest naval force in the galaxy at this time, barring the Tyranid menace by its very nature, the Imperial Navy is the most powerful single military entity to stalk the void. When one takes up the banner of the Imperial Navy, they are taking up a tradition of a military force which conquered the stars for mankind. These ancient vessels and archaic designs are in some ways primitive as compared to their more advanced counterparts, such as the Eldar factions or the Necrons. But they are the armored prow of the Imperium, and truthfully, they are the only thing which stands between mankind and total annihilation. Led by admirals, commodores, and captains, this force offers players an array of options within the game as to how to build their fleet. Though other forces tend to specialize in one direction, the Imperial Navy is generally a more well-rounded force. This isn't wholly true in some senses, of course, as their vessels do tend to lack speed, which other navies tend to specialize in. But this is made up for in armor where possible. Escorts, light cruisers, grand cruisers, and battleships are the general vessels one sees fielded by the Navy. The general speed of the Imperial Navy on the tabletop is 20 centimeters per turn, with the exception of light cruisers and escorts, which on average go 25. It's also important to note that most of their battleships tend to be slower, clocking in at 15 centimeters per turn, though there are exceptions like the Retributor, which goes 20 centimeters per turn, matching up with the rest of the fleet. Their turn radius is also an average of around 45 degrees. An important note for all Imperial Navy players is that movement is very key to winning a battle. As with any faction in the game, but exceptionally so for the Imperial Navy. Often, they can be outmaneuvered by their alien counterparts, or even by some of the more powerful Chaos vessels within the setting. So for the Imperial Navy, it is key to keep track on and have a plan to either keep the fleet cohesive or to utilize the ships wisely and spend the lives of their servicemen with equal wisdom to trap their counterparts in the ideal firing ranges. Battlefleet Gothic is a game of positioning, as mentioned before. This should never be forgotten, as to charge headlong into an opponent or to be exposed unnecessarily to the enemy's guns can be disastrous for any naval commander in charge of a proud navy of the Imperium. For weapon systems, the teeth of these armored juggernauts, there is a broad array of killing utilities available to the Imperial Navy. Most common is the standard weapon battery, or macro battery, firing a large volume of highly dangerous shells at a target. The most consistent firepower rating of these Imperial cruisers, for instance, tends to be around 6, which is hardly something to shirk off. They also utilize lances on multiple designs, offering incredible, precise striking ability with these enormous laser batteries as well. Though lance batteries tend to have fewer shots in exchange for their reliable accuracy and armor penetration capabilities. This is to say nothing of their extensive use of more specialized weapon systems such as torpedoes, often mounted on the prow, and nova cannons mounted to the spine, or underslung for firing ahead with specialized rules between 30 to 150 centimeters. These systems offer the Imperial Navy a great deal of firepower, but firepower which must be used wisely. Finally, with great power, the Imperial Navy has carrier capabilities to launch large numbers of bombers, fighters, and other attack craft. Carriers offer a level of deadly versatility that comes at a high price, but it can deliver incredible results, and can shift the course of a battle in favor of the Imperial Navy in a real, wild way. Often people may be critical of a force being an all-rounder or a jack of all trades. But the truth is the Imperial Navy, in the hands of an admiral or captain with a keen eye for the game and an understanding of their ship's capabilities, can overcome incredible forces that may be arrayed against them, leading to spectacular victories. The jack-of-all-trades nature of the Imperial Navy isn't truly on the tabletop, but in the diverse and powerful array of ships they have as options to field in the battle itself. These admirals are masters and commanders of the void, and their fleet cannot fail them in their quest for victory. Only they can fail their fleets. Thank you for joining me here today. If you enjoyed this content, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. In our next video, we will be covering the battleships of the Imperial Navy. With that, I'll catch you in the comments section below.